Yes, this is the assessment of the situation in Ukraine. Russia, I repeat again, the situation that is going on is not what you think. Russia, from the past couples of weeks, or I see maybe a month ago, Russia started to move force from the battlefield because these Russian forts that is in Ukraine, most of them is on contracts, like 6 months contracts, and when the contracts is finished, you have to have someone to fill the space of these force that leaves the battlefield. And when the force leaves, that's when the Ukraine intelligence got the information that Russia has less manpower manning the battlefield, the front line. So that is when the Ukraine army strikes. From the past weeks, Ukraine is making significant gain, capturing Izium and capturing Liman. This is the result of having less manpower at the front line. Now we can see the Mykolaiv front, that is the Kherson front, as whatever you want to call it, as starting up with the Ukraine is having success in that area. These forces that Russia pulls from the battlefield that did their 6 months, they will be replaced by some of the mobilized force that has been mobilized. And some of these forces that Russia pulled from the battlefield become teachers training the force that is going to go to the front. So it is a learning situation. Like, I go to the front line, learn the strategy of Ukraine battlefield, because the tactics that has been implemented in the Ukraine war, you never see this in no other war. It's like some advanced modern warfare. You have to have the idea of drone tactics and using drone to spot the enemy, while you use the drone to direct the artillery fire or to direct the mortar fire or so on. So it is a strategy, and you have to learn the tactics of this battlefield in order to be a winner on the battlefield. So Russia have made a big mistake by pulling out force without having fresh force to put in place of these force. So the Ukraine army sees this, and it is like a big tasty cake. So you are hungry and having a big tasty cake, no matter what, you know you have to get this cake to eat. So that is what the Ukraine force is doing. They don't have the firepower, but they have the manpower. They use this manpower as an advantage. Russia have the firepower, but Russia lacks the manpower on the battlefield. That's why they flock the battlefield with overwhelming number of manpower, despite the loss, because the artillery alone, not the close combat, the artillery alone have ripped down and tear down significant amount of the Ukraine force. They don't matter the loss, they just keep pushing forward like it's a meat grinder, right? They just keep pushing forward no matter the loss or no matter the cost. They just want to gain ground. So this is the situation.